Hey guys, it's Sandy. So I just want to get on here and share this real quick because I'm telling you, I just felt this kind of heaviness about 2024. I believe that 2024 is going to be a wild ride. I just do. We've seen every year change. Every year is getting different. Every year things are happening. But I don't know. I just feel like this heaviness about 2024, like it's just different. No, I'm not depressed. And no, I'm not going to stop living life. But I just want to use wisdom, and I want to think of the what ifs. What if this would happen? What would I do? Like, you're supposed to go into a room and think, if an active shooter came in here, where's the exits? What would I do? How would I get out? You're supposed to have all this in your mind whenever you walk into a restaurant or you going wherever. You always know where the exits are. You know what your game plan was or is. If you put it in your mind, then if anything would ever happen, you already got it. Like, what am I going to do? Same thing with kind of where we are with preparing for things. What if the electric goes out? What are you going to do? How are you going to cook? What if you can't get to the grocery store because you're so sick that you cannot get out, or there's another pandemic? What are you going to do? Do you have some food at home? What if somebody in your family loses a job and you don't have any income coming in? What are you going to do? Do you have some food at home, that you can already cook? Or do you have a second way of making an income? There's a lot of what ifs. What if this stuff happens? Because it's always smart to have a game plan in mind. Well, I just believe that 2024 is going to be crazy like we've never seen. There's several reasons, and that I would say that. And I think it's because of the election year, because of food insecurity, possible sickness. Like, there's just a lot of things. But election year, it's a given. Things are already getting ugly. Things are getting a lot of animosity. I just feel like a lot of upheaval, and it's just going to be worse as we get towards November. We're already seeing states trying to get Trump's name off the ballot, and I do not care who you vote for. Has nothing to do with whether it's Trump or Biden. Neither names, no names, or any other candidate's names should be taken off of a ballot. It's we the people. We get to decide. If you don't like somebody, you don't vote for him. But you have the choice and the right to decide who you want to vote for. So if this kind of stuff is already coming up and it's getting this ugly and it's only January, think what is going to happen by November. At this point, we don't even know which candidates are going to be on the ballot still. And it's going to get worse. And I had read somewhere that like either 40 or 42% of the world is having elections this year. So I know the elections go on all the time. We vote for different things every single year. But these were bigger elections, like elections that actually mean something, so that can change the world. So it's going to be an interesting year. We've got impending wars. I mean, look in the Middle East. Things are not over with the whole Israel thing. I believe that we're just seeing the steam come out of the pot and the boiling hasn't even started. So we need to keep our eyes on these different countries. Now, why I say all this and say, I'm not scared. I'm not passing fear. I'm passing wisdom along, because believe me, we're still living life. I'm still enjoying our family. We're planning all of our trips that we want to take this year. We are planning life. And then if things change, then, things change. So I'm not going to stop living life and enjoying that, but I've got to use wisdom, and so do you. Like, it's changing. Our world is changing. Inflation is not coming down. Grocery prices are not coming down. It gives a lot of food insecurity. There are a lot of people struggling to barely make ends meet to be able to feed their families right now. I didn't realize it so much, but I had seen some TikTok videos, and there's a lot of people that's really struggling. And I think that the prices will just continue to go up. So where does that lead people? At that point, that's going to lead to food insecurity. And also, if you're somebody who's completely dependent on the government, are you going to be okay if something happened with the government and you're not getting checks for some reason, whether it's a Social Security, a welfare, veterans benefits? And believe me, I'm not saying anything against that, because people deserve that, 100% deserve that. But what I'm saying is, if you're government funded and you're reliant on the government, will you be okay if something happened with the government? Have you already made some plans? Whenever you're at the grocery store, pick up some extra cans of fruits and vegetables, some rice, some pasta, some beans, any of those inexpensive foods that will keep you going. And it doesn't have to be, and I know budgets are tight. So I'm not saying go and buy cases. I'm saying pick up a couple cans if you can, whenever you're there. And listen, it is not just government based. And I'm not picking on anybody or saying anything derogatory about anybody, because listen, it can happen to anybody anytime. As far as you could lose a job, you could be laid off. Somebody in your house could be laid off. You might not be able to get to the grocery store because you're sick. There might be another round of sickness that comes along. I've heard them talking about the flu this year, and I haven't heard the word flu in years. But, people are sick. You might get sick and you might not be able to make it to the grocery store. Will you be okay? What if that happened? What if you lost your job? You can be able to feed your family? Do you have some food stuck somewhere that you have enough to get through until you find a new job? What about if you get some bad weather and the electric goes out? Are you okay? You going to stay warm? Are you going to be able to cook? And I know people in Florida are like, yep, we're plenty warm. But here where I am, you can see I have on a coat. It's going to be cold. So the what ifs, do you have some kind of game plan? Have you thought, what could I do if I need to? It's just be prepared in your head. I just have this kind of heaviness of 2024 is just going to give us a real wild ride. And I just wanted to share that. So I've said before, when I'm in my car, I give my opinions. When I'm in my kitchen, which is where I usually am, I'm either sharing something, teaching something that I've learned or that kind of thing. But I'm in my car. 2024 has kind of been on my mind, and I just wanted to share where I am with things. Okay, you guys, share in the comments what you think. Until next time, I'm out.